how inflation affects creditor or debtor. Don't by heart it, be very clear. Now imagine a situation, who are a creditor and who are a debtor. Creditor is a person who gives loan. Creditor is a person who gives loan. Debtor is a person who borrows. Now think about a situation. Imagine you are having 1,000 rupees today. Imagine you are having, okay, make it last month, not last month, December 2015, you are having 1,000 rupees. In 1 year, we had an inflation of 5%. We had an inflation of 5%. So 1,000 rupees last year same month means now what is the exact value of the same 1,000 now? It is now 1,005 rupees, 1,005. Why? See, what you used to purchase, see, inflation is also influencing your purchasing power. What you might have purchased with 1,000 rupees in December 2005, with now if you want to purchase the same item, you require 1,005. Why? There is an increase in the price level of 5% in the 1 year. That is inflation. What is inflation? Increase in the price level. How much increase in the price level happened in 1 year? 5%. 5% increase in the price level happened in 1 year. So it means that earlier what I have purchased with 1,000 rupees, if I want to purchase the same thing now, 1,000 is not sufficient for me. I require 5 rupees addition. Why? Why? It is 5 or 50, 50 itself, I require 1,050 rupees. What I can purchase with 1,000 rupees now, I can purchase with 1,050 only. So the value have changed. You are getting the point. So what actually inflation does with your money? With inflation, the purchasing power of your money decreases. The purchasing power of your money decreases. So be very clear. So as time progresses, your purchasing power also so your income have to increase if there is inflation. Now think about in relation to same thing. If I am a creditor and I am giving a loan for 1,000 rupees. And after a year, I had given the loan for 6%. I am giving a loan in December 2015 for 1,000 rupees with an annual interest rate of 6%. So after a year, how much I'll get? I'll get as a creditor with 6% interest, how much I am getting? What is my net return? It is 10 rupees only. And for the borrower, he is purchasing, even though he has purchased 1,000 rupees, but actually he is giving return. In effect, what he has purchased 1,000 rupees that time or borrowed that 1,000 rupees that time, now the same 1,000 rupees have changed. The value of that 1,000 is now 1,050. So in return, the debtor is giving only extra 10 rupees. So inflation always benefit whom? Inflation always. Now imagine a situation. Inflation now reached 6%. From 5, if it is 6%, in effect, the debtor is paying only what he has taken as loan. And for the lender, what he has given loan at that time, he is getting back the same amount. Same with, he can see, if he might have invested that 1,000 rupees in some other places, he might have got a better return. So when a bank or when a lender or a creditor gives loan, he takes into factor it takes into factor the inflation rate also. That's the difference between, if you have noticed one thing, in India and in relation to US is having a low interest rate regime. See, if you notice one thing, in US you will get for loan for 2.25 interest rate also, that is the rate. But here the rate is around 8%. But suddenly when the US central bank have increased the interest rate by 0.25%, why suddenly all the foreign investors left the country and going to that place? Why? If you take the inflation factor into consideration, inflation factor and risk into consideration, US investment is better compared to Indian investment. So just have an idea. Anyway, so many things will come across. For time being, try to understand. You need to look into, it's not what you get, you need to look into what is your real return. For due to inflation, the real return for the creditor is less. So inflation always benefits the debtor, and it will not benefit the, so who will now think about deflation? Opposite here. If it is deflation, see, imagine like this, 1000 rupees, deflation is minus 5%, but interest is 6%. So now the 1000 rupees earlier have become 950. Now when he returned back, the debtor have to return in 1060. So deflation benefit the, don't by heart it, understand it. See, learn how inflation affect the creditor and debtor, then you can answer. If you know the concept of deflation, then you can answer it. So be very clear, inflation benefit the debtor, it's not good for the, inflation is not good for the creditor. Now you tell me who are the, now you need to have an idea who all are creditors and who all are debtors. Now bank are creditor, then NBFC, they are creditor. The individual borrower are debtor. Now in relation to bond, we have discussed about bond. Now one was the common bond which we discussed is government security. Now tell me in relation to bond, you tell me bond holder and bond issuer. Bond holder and bond issuer, who are creditor, who are debtor? Sorry, bond issuer and bond holder, who are the creditor? Bond holder is creditor because he has given money. Bond holder and bond issuer has received money. Bond issuer have received money, so he is a debtor. So be very clear. So instead of going into detail everything, learn from who all constitute creditor, who all constitute creditor. Whoever gives money, they are creditor. Whoever receives money, they are borrower. Now for inflation, in relation to inflation benefit the borrower or debtor. Inflation have an impact over the creditor or the lender. Then if a question comes, you can easily answer it. There is a question, just answer that question. Question number 3. Inflation benefits the, don't by heart it, but inflation benefit, that's the first statement is correct. Now who is bond holder? Bond holder is a creditor. So second statement is wrong. Now answer this question number 7. Use elimination method. Use your logic. Read the statement carefully and then answer the question number 7. You have, now you are practicing. Class test 6 is over, so by this time you might have learned how to solve, how to get an answer. Read the first statement carefully. Due to a gradual switchover to the cultivation of, underline the word commercial crop, you will study under agriculture. The areas under the cultivation of food grains has steadily decreased in the last 5 years by about 30%. Underline 30%. So decrease in the food grain cultivation area have decreased in, see the decrease in the food grain area of, how much is that in the last 5 years? 30%. Is it an abnormal thing or a normal thing? It's an abnormal thing. If it happens, the country will go, there will be havoc is there. So that has not happened. So use this logic, okay, 30% of reduction in the cultivable area, if that happens, the government will do necessary action. Why? It will affect our food grain production. It will reduce in the 30% of the food grain production, and that will have a big problem for a country like India, where half of the people is, means 1/3 of the people is poor and half of the people is, see, commercial crop is risky also. I am not going to that part where the agricultural teacher will discuss with you, but what I am trying to say is, try to understand these certain statement or key word, like saying that food grain production will decrease by, have decreased by 30% in 5 years. In 5 years, 30% decrease is not a small thing. It's a drastic change, okay, and that will have a big impact to our food supply chain. So that has not happened in India, and that statement is wrong. So you need to be in a position to understand. That's why this newspaper reading and the concept related material will help you. Once your agriculture class will get over, you'll be very clear with the agriculture and its importance. Then you'll understand that this term 30%, how much it will have an impact. So first statement is wrong. If you know the first statement is wrong, you'll get the answer. See, UPSC do make statement like this to make your attention. You need to find out how UPSC set question and how UPSC make a particular statement wrong. So be very clear with it then. And if you know that this statement is wrong, it becomes very easy to come to your answer. Eliminate that statement. Did you got the answer? Now try to, now 2 and 3 are correct. Now there are certain terms is mentioned there. That's very important. Keywords are mentioned there. That is, as a consequence of increasing income, the consumption pattern of the people. Is it happened with you? Have undergone a significant change? If suppose your father is giving you 5,000 for per month expenditure, and imagine next month onwards he is giving you 20,000 for expenditure, per month expenditure, what will happen to your consumption pattern? You will start daily eating biryani, then biryani price will increase. So what does it mean? The actual meaning of that statement is this. Now you read that statement again. As a consequence of increasing income, the consumption pattern of the people have undergone and that, since it is a consumption pattern, food consumption pattern, people having, see, earlier people having less income, so they don't go for protein led items like milk, meat, egg, etc. Now once they started having these items, the demand for these items have increased, and that results in, now you see that the egg rate have increased. That is having an impact on food inflation. Now why people started consuming egg and milk? Because their income have increased, but based on the demand, the supply have not increased. You get to the point. Demand of particular item have increased, but our supply constraint is still there. So same amount of egg or same amount of quantity of milk is produced, but the people taking that have increased. Obviously, what will happen to that inflation, to that product? It will increase. So this is what it means by that. The third statement, the food supply chain has structural constraint. The answer lies to this problem is ENAM. Our food supply chain, it's detailed, you will study under agriculture, it's there. You have supply chain management is there under agriculture. Teacher will discuss with you, don't worry. So already we have a constraint, structural constraint is there. In relation to mandis, APMC is a structural constraint. which will be discussed, which is very important. So that will be so government is having government is coming with a lot of initiatives in relation to agriculture. So be aware of it. The government want to double the farm income. The government want to remove the hurdles in relation to marketing of agricultural products. So if there is smooth marketing, it means that the supply constraint or that constraint, food supply chain constraint is being reduced, and that will result in ease of inflation. So be very, so what all things you study at different places, it will be helpful for topics like this, especially for food inflation. Now come back. Question number 11. It's a very simple question. It says that it's an old question, but it's now important. So during this time, wholesale price index was the anchor in inflation rate for RBI. Now it has changed. Now it is consumer price index. Wholesale price index in India is available on a monthly basis only. That's correct. Now here don't think in otherwise. It's only is correct here. So wholesale price index and consumer price index is available monthly basis. We know that. Even if you are not knowing it, now in every month I will post it and then you will get to know that before June. Second statement, as compared to, see very important, as compared to consumer price index for industrial worker, the wholesale price index gives less weight to, so in general wholesale price gives less weight to food articles. So that statement is also correct. So be very clear how UPSC asks questions. So what all things are discussed is very important for you. Then the 12th question, it's in relation to the base year and price index. It's talking about a price index, current price index. The current price index with base year 1960 is nearly 330. This means that, answer is, the weighted mean is average, the weighted mean of prices of certain items has increased. See the base year, from the base year it has increased 330. So it means 3.3 times there is an increase is there. That too, see, index is always calculated on the basis of weighted average, specialized weighted average, because weightage is being given to different items. Okay, so answer is C. Now just go back home, once you go back your home, read the entire material. See, I have not discussed the entire material, I discussed only the core thing, but you will be able to understand it. Read it and then again read all the articles which have been posted in relation to inflation, and in your last page, which is blank, you can write down so that before your exam, that is your CT8 will be on special edition. CT8 is special edition only on economy. So you prepare for it. Okay, thank you.